Is it visible? Yes, good afternoon, class. Today we will start with the numericals of root locus technique. Yes. So, how the question is? Question is, draw the root locus of the system. Draw the root locus of the system having transfer function having transfer function g of s into h of s equals to k divided by s plus 3 s plus 6. So this is your given transfer function. I have to sketch the root locus, right? What I said, obtain the value of k, obtain the value of k when zeta equals to zero point 0.6 from root locus. From root locus. Determine the value of k for marginal stability and critical damping. Determine the value of k for marginal stability and critical damping. And critical damage. So this is your question. We have to draw the root locus. Also, what I have said, the root locus is drawn on the graph page, right? One second. Yes. So, what are the steps to calculate the root locus technique? In morning class, we have discussed there are some rules to draw the root locus. So, step one, solution. Step one, calculate the number of poles. Calculate the number of poles and zeros. Yes, is it visible? Am I audible? What I am writing, is it visible to you? Am I audible? Clearly visible? Yes. Okay. Hmm. So what is the first step? Calculate the number of poles and zeros in our given transfer function. This is our transfer function. So in this, we have to calculate the number of poles and zeros. So number of poles. Number of poles. I will say it as capital P. So how many poles are there? 1, 2, 3. One pole is at 0, one is at -3, and one is at -6. So pole equals to 3. Yes, right, right. And number of zeros, so there are no zeros. So z equals to 0. कोई भी zero नहीं है मेरे पास. That's why z equals to 0. Next step, Next step is calculate the asymptotes. Calculate asymptotes. So, how to calculate asymptote? Calculation of asymptote means p minus z. So, what is my p? P minus z. Poles minus zeros. 3 minus 0 means 3 asymptotes are there. Next step, angle of asymptote. Angle of asymptotes. So, angle of asymptote, it is denoted by theta. In various textbook or notation, they are denoting with another sigma and all. So we are denoting by theta, right? So how many angle of asymptotes will be there? Number of asymptotes are 3. Therefore, the angle of asymptotes will be also 3 only. So formula for angle of asymptotes, summation of real part of pole minus angle of asymptotes. Formula for angle of asymptote is, that was the formula for to calculate the centroid. Angle of asymptote theta equals to 2k plus 1 into pi divided by p minus z. Where k, or you can say here theta, 2 theta plus 1, where theta is varied from 0, 1, 2. Why in this case 0, 1 and 2? Because only 3 asymptotes are there. That's why we are going for 0, 1, 2 and not 1, 2 and 3. So if there are 3 asymptotes, so from where theta or k value it is varied from 0. So first of all, I will put 0, then 1, and then 2. So theta 1 will be 2 into 0 plus 1 into pi divided by p minus z means 3. So how much it is coming? Uh, pi divided by 3 means 180 divided by 3 equals to 60 degree. This is theta 1. So theta 2 will be 2 into theta equals to 1. 2 into 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 pi by 3. 3 pi by 3 means 3 pi by 3 means pi only. Pi means 180 degree. So theta 3 will be now vary 1, 2, then 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 pi by 3. So calculate 7 pi by 3. 7 pi by 3 means 7 into 180 divided by 3. How much it is coming? Yes, just tell me. Take out your calci. 3, 6 are 18. Oh, sorry. 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 pi by 3. 2 into 2, 2, 4, 4, 5 pi by 3. Here 5 pi 3 is there. So 6 3s are 18. And here 6 pi are 30 means 300 degree. So have you understood how we have calculated the uh, how we have calculated the angle of asymptote? Yes? next step, the calculation of centroid. Step 4. Calculation of centroid. So how to calculate this centroid? So centroid calculation is centroid sigma. I will denote centroid with sigma. Sigma is equal to summation of a real part of pole minus summation of the real part of 0 divided by p minus z. What is this p? P is pole and z is 0. So summation of real part of pole. What are my poles? 0, minus 3 and minus 6. So minus 3 minus 6, and then 0 is there. There's 0. P minus z means 3. So minus 9 by 3. So minus 3. So centroid equals to minus 3. Why this centroid we have calculated? Centroids are calculated because the angle of asymptotes, which we have calculated previously, that angle of asymptote will lie from centroid only. That's why we have calculated centroid. Centroid's work is nothing but to take the angle of asymptotes from himself. So that's why we have calculated centroid. Now next step is very important. Step 5. Remember this steps only. Step 1, calculate number of poles and zeros, then second asymptote, then angle of asymptote, then centroid, and then very important step it is calculate the breakaway point. Calculation of breakaway point. Breakaway point. What is this breakaway point? Breakaway point is nothing but a point from which the root locus will start or root locus will lie from. रूट लोकस कहीं से भी नहीं जाएगा एक्स एक्सिस में से. एक्स एक्सिस में जो पॉइंट से जाएगा रूट लोकस उसको क्या बोलते हैं अपन? ब्रेक अवे पॉइंट. सो ऐसे मेरे कौन से ब्रेक अवे पॉइंट रहते हैं? सो आई हैव टू कैलकुलेट दैट. So for that, I have to calculate first of all the pole zero mapping. So pole zero mapping for our numerical is, see, on this is your j omega axis, this is x axis, and this is s plane. Okay, so where are my poles? One pole is at 0, so I have marked here 0. Another again pole, one pole is at minus 3, so minus 3 would be something here, minus 3. This is 0, minus 3, and then it is at something here minus 6, say minus 6. So I have to check which is the root locus region or which is the non-root locus region. Why? Because root locus will lie from root locus region only. Anywhere the root locus will not lie. Okay, it will lie from breakaway point, and that breakaway point will lie in root locus region. So that's why we are calculating the breakaway point. Why? Because breakaway point lies on the root locus region, and the root locus region we have to identify first of all. So check. Say when I am saying that minus 3. So right hand side of minus 3, how many number of poles are there? There are one pole, and which is odd number. That's why this region is root locus region. Which region? 0 and minus 3. Root locus region. I am saying RL means root locus. And when I will say NRL means not root locus region. Means the breakaway point will lie in root locus region only. So minus 3 and 0, here will be somewhere there will be a breakaway point. Means it can be minus 1, minus 1.5, minus 2.5, and say 3 also. But it will lie in 0 to minus 3. Why? Because it is the root locus region. Now say minus 6. So when I am taking minus 6 pole, so on the right hand side of the minus 6, how many number of poles are there? There are two numbers of poles. These are even number. So that's why this region is non-root locus region. There must be a odd number of pole on the right hand side for root locus region. But as there is even number, why even number? Because after minus 6, there are two poles on the right hand side, which are 0 and minus 3. That's why this region, minus 6 and minus 3 region, it is non-root locus region. Means if any breakaway point comes in this region, that is minus 3 and minus 6, it will not be valid. The valid breakaway point will be only when it will be lying in 0 and minus 3. Have you understood this concept? Breakaway point, root locus region, non-root locus region. We have to calculate the breakaway point. Okay, so breakaway point, if it lies in root locus region, then it is valid. But when breakaway point lies in non-root locus region, these are not valid breakaway point. So first of all, we have to calculate breakaway point. So how to calculate breakaway point? Simple. Breakaway point calculation is nothing but take characteristic equation. Taking characteristic equation CE equals to 1 plus g of s into h of s equals to 0. So what is my g of s, h of s? So it is given in question itself. So it is in question itself. So 1 plus g of s into h of s equals to 0. So 1 plus, what is my g of s, h of s? K divided by s, s plus 3, s plus 6 equals to 0. So simplify this. S square plus 3s s plus 6 plus k equals to 0. So s cube plus 3s square s cube plus 6s square plus 3s square plus 6 3 is 18 s plus k equals to 0. So rearranging this, s cube plus 9s square plus 18s plus k equals to 0. So I will be calculating k term. So k equals to k equals to minus s cube plus 9s square plus 18s, like this k value. Why? Because we have calculated k. Because we have to take the derivative of this term, dk by ds. So k term I have calculated, k equals to minus in bracket s cube plus 9s square plus 18s. So taking the first derivative, taking the derivative with respect to s, taking derivative to s. So dk by ds equals to, tell me the derivative of s cube, 3s square plus 9s square, 18s plus 18, like this. So divided by 3, 3s square, 6s plus 6 equals to 0. So put it in calci and tell me the roots of this equation. S square plus 6s plus 6. Yes, the roots of this equation. S square plus 6s plus 6. Yes, put it in calcium and tell me. Minus 1.26 minus 4.732. Yes. Yes. Roots. Roots of the above equation. One root is s equals to minus 1.26 and another root is minus 4.732. Two roots are there. Why? Because it is second order equation. There will be two roots. Yes, Gavita. Yes, all of you have got the answer. Minus 1.26 and minus 4.732. This was your root. So I have to check whether these breakaway points are your roots. So whether these roots are lying in the root locus region or not lying in the root locus region. So say minus 1.26. So minus 1.26, it is lying in the root locus region. That's why this root is valid. From this point, the root locus will go minus 1.26. So now check minus 4.732. Minus 4.732. It is lying in non-root locus region. Minus 4.732. It is lying in non-root locus region. That's why it is invalid. Invalid. Breakaway point. Root locus will not lie from minus 4.732. It will lie from minus 1.26. Okay, because this is root locus region. It is lying in root locus region. Okay. Now I have to calculate the value of k as it has been asked in the question that. So k equals to, what was my k? K equals to minus s plus 3, s plus 6. Put the value of s. Minus 1.26 minus 1.26 plus 3 multiply by minus 1.26 plus 6. You will get the value of k. Just tell me the value of k. You will put the valid breakaway point for solving the value of k. So tell me the value of k. Yes. Minus 10.39. Okay. So k equals to 10.39. We have solved the value for k. Now next bit, what they are saying, to calculate the k marginal value. So calculation for k marginal value. Next step. What was my step number? Step 5, step 6. What is this step 6? Routh-Hurwitz criteria. Routh-Hurwitz criteria. So for Routh-Hurwitz criteria, I have to take the characteristic equation. Characteristic equation equals to 1 plus g of s into h of s equals to 0. I have calculated this previously. So this was my final term. Characteristic equation s cube plus 9s square plus 18s plus k equals to 0. So in this, we will calculate the value of k marginal, and also we will calculate omega n. Previously, we have discussed while solving the numerical of Routh-Hurwitz criteria, we have to calculate the range of k, and then we have to find out the omega n value, that is natural frequency value. So this is my characteristic equation. So what Routh-Hurwitz criteria says, s to the power 3 means I will write here s to the power 3, s to the power 2, s to the power 1, and then s to the power 0. So s to the power 3, its coefficient is 1. After that 18, and then nothing. S to the power 2 means 9, and then here k. So now do 9 into 18 minus k divided by 9. How much it is coming? 18 into 9. 18 nines are 9 8s are 72. 162. 162 minus k divided by 9. Blur. Yes, it is visible. Is it visible? Yes, all of you tell me. Is it blur or clear? Yes, all of you reply. But I am having network, full network. Why this is happening? Because Kavita is saying clear. Is it clear? Yes, I am writing now. See, 9 into 18 minus k divided by 9. And here nothing. 0. And after that, this multiply by k divided by this means it will becoming k. Yes, it is visible. Now blur. Okay. Wait. Yes, now please reply. Is it clear? Or just pin me? Clear? Okay. So we will do according to Routh-Hurwitz criteria, 18 into 9, that is 162 minus k divided by 9. And here it is coming 0. So 169 minus this term into k minus 9 into 0 divided by this term. So at the end it will be coming k. Now I have to calculate the range of k. Okay. So I am doing here. So to find the value of k here. So I will be taking 162 S1 row. S1 row. 162 minus k divided by 9 equals to 0. Is greater than 0. So 162 minus k, it is greater than 0. So k is less than, it will be going 162. So what will be the range of k? What will be the range of k? range of k. So k it is greater than 0, but it is less than 162. So k marginal. This is k marginal. In question they have asked k marginal value. So this k what we have calculated here, it is marginal value. K mar equals to 162. We have found it. So now I will take the auxiliary equation. Why? Because auxiliary equation to find the omega max value. Omega max means omega n means your natural frequency. Omega mar, natural frequency. So for that I will be taking auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation means from which I have calculated the value of k. Above that means s to the power 2 rho. S to the power 2 rho. How auxiliary equation will become? See, 9s square plus k equals to 0. So put 9s square plus 162 equals to 0. So calculate the value of s. Calculate the values of s. 9s square plus 162 equals to 0. So find the values of s. So s square will become 162 divided by 9. Minus 162 divided by 9 means minus 118. So calculate the roots for minus under root 18. In terms of j, it will become. Yes, have you calculated? The value of s square? Yes, anyone tell? Please tell. अंडर रूट ऑफ रूट 18. इतना टाइम लग रहा है क्या? कैलसी में ही तो सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. 9s square plus 162 equals to 0. So 9s square equals to minus 162. S square equals to minus 162 divided by 9 means minus 180. So s square equals to minus 18. So s equals to minus root 18. So calculate in terms of j, value of s1, s2. What will be the value? Yes, just tell me. Minus 4.24. Yes, absolutely right. S equals to plus minus j 4.24. So what will be the value of omega max? I have calculated k max. Now I will calculate the value of omega max. So omega max will be positive value of this 4.24 radian per second. This is the value of omega max. Previously I have calculated k max. This is your omega max. Have you understood? Yes, very simple. What is this omega max value? See, root locus will lie from that valid breakaway point. What was my valid breakaway point? Minus 1.26. That was valid breakaway point. In x-axis, the root locus will go from minus 1.26. But on j omega axis, where it will meet? It will meet on 4.24 j. Here I have calculated this value. प्लस माइनस 4.24 जे। तो रूट लोकस जो एक्स एक्सिस में से जाता है वो कहाँ से जाएगा, वैलिड ब्रेकअवे पॉइंट, दैट इज माइनस 1.26। तो वो जाएगा वहां से एक्स एक्सिस में से, पर वाई एक्सिस पे कहाँ जाके टच होंगे, वो टच होगा प्लस माइनस जे 4.24। सी नाउ इफ यू हैव, वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड दिस calculation part is over. Now graphical part is there. So from 13 marks, we have calculated around 9 marks. So 5 marks on your graphical portion. So graphical portion I will be drawing. So if you have that what graph page, so root locus is always drawn on the graph page, right? So consider this is a graph page. But in exam, university exam, you will be provided with the graph page. So draw this root locus on graph page only. So consider this is graph page. So you have to draw step 1. You have to draw, ये तुम्हारा ग्राफ पेज रहेगा, थोड़ा लेफ्ट साइड में लेना है, एकदम सेंटर में से नहीं लेना है, में अपना कुछ नहीं आता है तो यहाँ से लेना है, ऐसे ड्रॉ कर देना है, ठीक है। ये जे ओमेगा एक्सिस, ये एक्स एक्सिस, ये तुम्हारा एस प्लेन, ठीक है। फर्स्ट स्टेप व्हाट आई हैव टू डू इज कैलकुलेट द पोल जीरो मैपिंग। पोल जीरो मैप कर लेना है। यहाँ पे मेरे पास कौन से पोल है, कौन से जीरो है, तो मेरे पास एक है पोल जीरो पे है, दूसरा है -3 पे। यहाँ पे तुम्हें जब व्हेन यू विल बी टेकिंग ग्राफ पेज, देयर विल बी मार्किंग ऑन दैट, सो you have to take your own scale. So say consider here it is -3. -3 pole, and somewhat here it will be -6. So there are no zeros. ठीक है. So this region, see on right hand yes, we have plotted the pole zero mapping. One pole is at 0, -3 and -6. This is root locus region. Why? Because there is only one pole at the right hand side of this pole. So this region, when I am taking -6, one pole, two pole. So this region is non-root locus region, NRL, non-root locus region. With the help of pencil, you have to draw. I'm drawing with pen, but on graph page, you have to draw it with pencil. So now plot the centroid part. So how much centroid we have calculated? Centroid is -3. So centroid is here only, at my pole only. So mark here centroid. Now from centroid, what I have said, centroid function or purpose is just to draw the angle of asymptote from there. So what is my angle of asymptote? First angle of asymptote means 3 angle of asymptote I will be drawing now. So what was my first angle of asymptote? It was 60 degree. So with the help of protector, you have to put the protector at -3 and then mark 60 degree. So where 60 degree will be coming? Yes, just tell me. 90 would be like this, straight. 90 would be like this. 45 will be more something. 60 will be somewhat like this. So I will say theta 1, 60 degree. Mark here, 60 degree. Next, this is 90 and this is 180. This will be direct 180. This is your theta 2. What is my theta 3? It is 300 degree. 180, 70, 300 would be here somewhat like this. With the help of dotted line, you have to draw theta 3. Here mark 180 degree and then mark this is 300 degree. Have you understood how I have calculated the angle of asymptote from the centroid? Yes, just tell me. Yes. From centroid, we have to draw the angle of asymptotes. Okay? Not from anywhere. Why? Because in this case, my pole and centroid is same. That's why I have drawn from -3. But when it will be centroid if it will be -4 or say -2. So another plot I have to draw here is this is centroid, and from this centroid only angle of asymptote can be drawn. So up to this it is over. Now see, what was my breakaway point? Breakaway point was -1.26, and next breakaway point was -4.732. But the valid break blur. Okay. Now is it okay? Yes. Blur. Oh, wait a second. Now is it clear? Yes, just check once. Yes. So we have drawn the angle of asymptote from centroid part. Now check what are my breakaway points. So breakaway point was -1.26 and -4.732. So in this case, what was my valid breakaway point? My valid breakaway point -1.26. So where is my -1.26? Say 0 to -3. Here it was something
सर
breakaway
ब्लरी
point.
दिख रहा है. हेलो
ब्लर
सर.
दिख रहा है?
हाँ.
ब्लर दिख रहा है क्या?
हाँ
ओके.
सर.
Yes, is it clear now? Or still blur? Yes,
ब्लरी है सर,
please
अभी भी
reply.
ब्लरी है. ब्लरी है. हाँ अभी दिख रहा है.
यार जूम करके देखो थोड़ा, मेरे इस पे पिन करो और जूम करो थोड़ा.
ओके सर, ओके दिख रहा है सर अभी.
दिख रहा है सबको? यस, इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? ओके. So what was my breakaway point? Breakaway point was -1.26 and -4.732. But from that, what was my valid breakaway point? -1.26. So valid breakaway point. Valid breakaway point. You have to mention valid breakaway point. And what was my another breakaway point? -4.732. So -4.73 means something here. -4.732. Invalid, you have to write there. Invalid breakaway point. Why invalid breakaway point? Why? Because it is not lying in the root locus region. The breakaway points which are lying in root locus region, they are valid, and those which are lying in non-root locus region, they are invalid. So -1.26, it is valid breakaway point. From this breakaway point, my root locus will begin. So now come to j omega axis. J omega axis, I have calculated the value of omega max, that is plus minus 4.24 j. So here 1, 2, 3, something 4. So similar way 1, 2, ये मार्किंग तुम्हारे इसमें ऑलरेडी रहेंगे. So here -1j -2j, sorry, यहाँ +1j +2j +3j +4j -1j -2j -3j -4j, and here somewhat there will be -4.24j +4.24j -4.24j. So my root locus will start from this valid breakaway point -1.26, and it will end at the imaginary axis like this. See, we have to draw the curve like this. Freehand curve we have to draw. See, like this. It will go from -1.26. Why? Because this is valid. From this it will grow like this, and on j omega axis it will meet at plus minus j 4.24. See, this is my root locus. So value of this for this k marginal we have calculated 162, and I have to write omega max equals to 4.24 radian per second. So like this way, you have to calculate the whole, or you have to sketch the root locus, complete root locus. Have you understood? Yes, have you understood? Any difficulty? Yes, please tell me.
ब्लर दिखता है सर, तो कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है।
ब्लर दिख रहा है अभी?
हाँ, अभी दिख रहा है बराबर।
क्लियर है?
दिख रहा है सर
क्लियर
अभी।
है?
हाँ,
हाँ.
और
So
ब्लर हुआ सर, सब ब्लर हुआ।
yes, is it clear or still blur?
ब्लर ही है सर, ब्लर ही है, पूरा ही ब्लर है।
Yes, wait a second.
हाँ, अभी दिख रहा है सर।
Yes, is it clear now?
क्लियर है सर अभी।
Okay. So how to draw this root locus? Graph page. First of all, you have to mark the j omega axis and x axis on the graph page. Then you have to plot the uh, pole zero mapping, that is pole and zero where they are lying. After that, you have to find the centroid on the x axis where we have calculated the centroid. Mark the centroid. From centroid, I have to draw the angle of asymptote. So my angle of asymptote was first of all 60 degree in this way, then minus 180 degree on this axis. On centroid, you have to keep that protector and mark the degree. So you can easily do that. On 300 degree, it will be coming like this. And you have to mark there. Theta 1, it is 60 degree. Then theta 2 is 180 degree. Theta 3 is 300 degree. Like this, you have to mark there. So after that, you have to mention the breakaway points. So there are two breakaway points in this case. One is valid and another is invalid. So you have to mention there. So from valid breakaway point, the root locus will lie. So my valid breakaway point on the x-axis, it was minus 1.26. Minus 1.26. From this, root locus will start. And on imaginary axis, where it will be meeting, so for that, I have calculated omega marginal, omega max value, that is omega marginal value. So it is 4.24, that is plus minus j 4.24. So on y axis also there will be scale 1j, 2j, 3j, 4j, and in negative side minus 1j, 2j, 3j, minus 4j. So after that there will be minus 4.24j. So the root locus will start from here and it will end at this way. So this way I have to calculate the root locus. For this root locus, the value of k marginal, it will be 162, what we have calculated, and omega max is 4.24 radians per second. So the total 13 mark numericals on this graphical part, it will carry 5 marks, and rest it will be carrying 9 marks. Calculation part is of 9, and graphical portion it is of 5 marks. So 13 marks numerical it is coming in the university paper on the root locus. So draw the root locus diagram with the help of this. So this was the first numerical regarding the root locus technique. So in further class we will be seeing more numericals related to root locus. Till then, have a nice day. Stay safe, stay at home, and please mark your attendance. So, we will be meeting with um, more numericals in the upcoming class of the root locus, right? Okay. Thank you, class.